This is going to be a quick, informative overview video of how to remove the intake silencer in a first-generation Subaru Legacy. This probably will apply to a lot more other Subarus, however, this one specifically is on a first-gen Legacy. This is like the first time actually kind of working on this car. So, what you're going to want to do this, remove the intake silencer, you take the bottom piece out, which, these 4 screws, and then you pull this off. You take the 2 off down there, which I guess you could kind of leave it together, but who cares? Check your filter while you're at it. Right here, there's a stud that goes through, and that, so you got to bend that, and then pull this off. You also have to, and this is the biggest part, drop your fender liner, which that's probably what you should do first, and then there's a 10mm nut up here, and this should just plop out. So here we are. This freaking monster of a thing sucks air up, gets spit through there, and sucks it back up through the intake. So here's the better question. Do I leave this here and have like a cold air intake through the fender and like cut this apart, or do I just leave it as the air box sits next to the fender? Let's decide. So here's what I decided to go with. We're just going to dump the entire tube because it's not worth putting it back in. It just seems like a waste kinda, and it'll open it up a little bit more without it. So we're going to start with that and put it back together. Reassembly is going to be the easy part. I've put this bottom in here, cleaned it out a little bit, but not too great. Gonna put the filter in, and then I'm going to bolt that down, and then I'm going to bolt those 2 just so it's in the right place, and then plug the MAF back in and tighten up that connector or coupler. All that's back together. It moves a little bit because there's not a little rubber stoppy guy in there, and I don't know where it went. So now I can do that. Everything's put back together. MAF's hooked up. Yeah, so let's go drive it, see what happens. Just cruising down the road, you can't really hear the intake unless you're obviously going up a hill or have some load on the engine or anything like that. It doesn't really, well, I think that there's a little bit more pull from about 3,000 to 5,000 RPM. It seems to pull a little bit harder. It seems to pull a little bit smoother, and I also haven't seen a decrease in gas mileage. It's actually stayed almost right at the same. So that's good enough for me. And of course, there's the sound to it because, you get into it. And that's all induction noise. And if I want to be incognito, all you do is don't get into it. Easy as that. So I'm going to end this video off there. If you enjoyed, do drop a like and consider subscribing as we have more projects in the future. Thank you for watching and have a great day.